Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. In today's video we are only going to look at BTC. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, those links are also in the description. As I said in yesterday's video, and today we are only going to look at BTC, a little bit more of a deep dive. I'm really looking at what kind of trades can we take in the current price range that we are in. We earlier today had the third attempt to break the 25,200. That didn't work out. It was again a SFP swing filled pattern, and now we are moving more downwards. If we are going lower from here, then I still have my eyes on this macro golden pocket, 22,730. It is then within this value area where we have been trading in. So usually when you break the value area high, you go towards the value area low. You could also say, you know what, I'm just trading this as a range. So maybe we just bottom out then somewhere between the golden pocket and 78.6, and then if we see bullish divergence traded to the upside, that will be actually completely fine. And that would also mean that we would take out this low right here, and we are right now on the 4 hour. For me, that will be completely fine, but we cannot take out this low that you see right here. This was really the bigger time frame market structure change that we made a higher low on the daily and then went higher. So if we start breaking underneath and we really start closing 4 hourly, 12 hour daily candles really underneath, then it's lights out and we're going lower. To be honest, I do not expect it so far. The sentiment is pretty bullish, but it would actually be nice to first go lower, and I'm going to show you exactly why in a minute. So again, the 22,700, that will be really the macro target, or maybe just take liquidity here. If we are zooming in on the hourly, and then we have been stuck in this a little bit of a sideways price action. Is there a trade to be made at this moment? Yeah, actually there is. You could have traded this SFP. It ended up at 25,250, and on the Bybit chart it was 25,350 exactly. And so there the SFP was even a little bit more clear than it is on this chart. So that was absolutely nice, tradable, and that was then also right away the third attempt to break a really clear break and close above 25,200-ish. So now it is to be expected that we are going lower. First major target for me, or at least to look for a trade, is this golden pocket measured from this bottom right here to the top and then back to the golden pocket, because we also have the very area low of this smaller price range right here. That actually would be super nice. If we do go lower, of course, then it's just a matter of can we take the liquidity out of these lows or not. There's a few patterns, or at least there's one pattern that a lot of people are looking at. That is a little bit this triangle or rising triangle, however you want to call it, where we have the top and then the bottom. I'd have to say, if I look on social media, everyone is super bullish, and it looks like it's just a matter of time for us to break that 25,200, and everyone is expecting 29,000. I mean, yes, I do understand it. I also draw the horizontal line yesterday, 28,700. We have so much confluence on that price level, so I do get it that a lot of people are looking out for this. But as I also said, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, if you have a price level where everyone is looking at, it's getting a super crowded level. Just quickly, I want to zoom out to show you that we have important support and resistance around that level. So everything from 28,700 and above is getting super crowded when it comes down to trading volume. But like I said, everyone is kind of looking at this level. Then usually you get the opposite. I also I think I said it here with these lows last week. I said, well, everyone is now looking at taking out these lows and then going higher, and then it's getting a super crowded trade, and then usually the opposite happens, and that's exactly also what happened last week. We just broke through, or sorry, it was 2 weeks ago, broke through, stayed here for a bit, and then we went higher. So that is that works out perfectly. And now I have the same kind of feeling. Everyone is just thinking, you know what, okay, maybe one more bounce and then we are going higher. Yes, it could definitely happen, but it's just too much of an obvious trade. Just like this SFP was just very much of an obvious trade. Remember what I always tell you is the market is designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, the most amount of time. So it actually would be nice if we could break this. Everyone becomes bearish and think, okay, we're not going to break that 25.2. It's not going to happen anymore. Then we go to, let's say, 0.5, golden pocket, or even better, just underneath the golden pocket to the value area low of this range right here. And that's then where we bottom out, and then we skyrocket through and go higher. Of course, again, then everyone will be again looking at that 28,000, 29,000, but to maybe then stop here at that golden pocket, 26,000, 26,500 would be super nice. This of course is a little bit speculative, because first we need to break lower, then we also need to bottom out at GP, then we also need to go to the golden pocket and top out there. And so there's a lot of ifs in there. But right now I feel like to maybe go lower or retrace a little bit and then right away bump to 27, 28, 29 is just too much obvious, too coincidence for a trade. So I just having a little bit of a hard time thinking that that will work out. Something else that I am still thinking about that could happen is that we, let's say, break it, go to that GP, start retesting without that 25,200, or maybe range a little bit, and then to go lower and not reach that 27, 28k at all anymore. That actually would also be super nice. Right now, not in any trades. I was trading a little bit here to the bottom. But there's actually two other nice trades in this area that might be unfolding right now. Let's quickly zoom out to the 24 minute. If we dump a little bit lower, it will probably be invalidated. But that is that we have a nice bullish divergence here on the 24 minute, but also on other time frames, where you can see that the price is going lower and the momentum wave is going slightly higher. The only bummer about this scenario right now is that the money flow is coming down, and the same is for other time frames. If we're looking here at, for example, the 12 minute or the 15 minute or 10 minute, they're all kind of showing the same. It's where the price goes lower and the momentum wave goes slightly higher. But like I said, if we just dump a little bit further, this momentum wave will not be any higher anymore. If we do this, then of course the scenario is off the table. Something that I was actually also looking at, but so far of course didn't play out, is that this happened as a SFP. I missed it. Then we had the bounce here, then to the golden pocket, and then to take the retrace. Then you will get in at approximately 25k. Nice round number, but of course so far we didn't have the retrace yet, so we can also just redraw it a little bit, and now our golden pocket is approximately 24,960 to 24,985. That is actually still a nice level. You bet you that still a lot of people will try to load up the bandwagon with longs with every retracement. I also said that yesterday. I was also looking out for that, but now we had a third fill attempt, and I have to say right now I'm a little bit neutral. We just have such an extensive period of time where the money flow is in the green. Yes, that is super strong. Yes, that is super bullish, but at a certain point that money flow will go back into the red again, and then we see maybe a little bit more sideways or downwards action. Something that also coincides with this idea for us, maybe first to go lower here to dump and to scare all the bulls, and thinking the complete bull scenario is off the table and everyone start loading up shorts, and then of course we reverse, is that we're also seeing here that the momentum wave is already going much lower, and that now also the money flow on the 4 hour it looks like it really wants to curve lower on a pretty quick pace. Also of course the VWAP is lower and the RSIs are pointing down, so this looks like it really has some cooling off to do. What could happen, for example, in this same scenario is that we are going lower, we break this, maybe there's not really a trade here if we don't see dark signals, but let's say we are breaking lower, or maybe there is a trade 1% to the point of control, then going lower and then higher, is that here you are then creating something like this, where you have a mega bearish divergence on your 4 hour, and then actually I also hope that it appears on the daily, that we're really doing something like this. Or actually I have to take these strongs out because here it looks a little bit weird, but that we are pumping up one more time, maybe do something like this, and then you have a bigger bearish divergence. Usually these RSIs, when they are melted together, they stay there for a while, and now we have already that extensive period of time. So if they would so we say decouple or go separate again, that actually would be okay from this moment on. If it would happen somewhere here, that will be really weird. Or here was also pretty weird, but this is usually the extensive period of time that you have until they decouple again. For this scenario, and then it really doesn't matter for me where we top out. If it is just above here the 25k golden pocket, 26k, or really the 27, 28, whatever it is, I need to see the money flow coming down to pull the trigger on a short trade, and that will be really then a swing short trade. But the money flow needs to come down, because at the end of the day we are still making higher highs and higher lows, and therefore our structure on the daily is still very much bullish. So we need to respect that, because if the price just doing this, you're kind of just gambling that the price will stop out at some level in the chart, but you really actually first want to see your confirmation. Now, on the daily, that confirmation of course can take quite some time. If you really have your reversal, you're already talking then probably about multiple days, but also a pretty big move could easily be 5 to 10%, and that of course is something that you want to avoid, so that you could wind down a little bit to lower time frames, for example the 4-hour or the hourly, or you can even scalp it on a much smaller time frame. But just be careful that just because we reach your price level, whatever that might be, that you don't right away open up a short trade and think, okay, that was it and now we're going lower, because there can always be a narrative, a story, a reason why we suddenly keep on pumping, or the other way around, why we keep on dumping. It doesn't mean that if we finally hit that golden pocket and very low, then right away pulling the trigger and go enter long, or if we have that little bit of a bigger reversal here, that I'm saying, now we finally had this hit at the golden pocket together with the very low, the point of control, whatever it then is, then I'm right away entering a long. Absolutely not, because like I said, if we break this on the daily, that is really for me the confirmation, okay, market structure has changed. But so far it looks good and looks bullish, but just for this very small time frame where we are in right now, everyone is looking at this ascending triangle. Then I'm thinking, you know what, actually it would be nice if we first start dumping down, break this triangle to the downside, although it is a bullish scenario, everyone start getting bearish, and then we reverse to the upside. That actually would be a super nice trade. So that's what I'm looking out for. And then of course this is another trade, and if we hit an S&P, that for me is a trade. So that is what I'm looking out for right now. That is what I'm trading right now. If you like the content, guys, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are also in the description, and see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.